how to get attention with advertising. Hi, I'm Brian Pombo. Welcome back to Brian J. Pombo Live. Today, we're going to talk about how to get attention with advertising using a very specific piece of advertising. I received it in the mail today. Now, this is it's a postcard. It's a mailer, and we're going to talk about it in a second. First, I want to remind you about dreambizchat.com. Go to dreambizchat.com. Go check it out. There's a video there. Tell me what you think. dreambizchat.com. The link is in the description. Now, let's talk about advertising. What's the point of advertising? Advertising is nothing more than you paying to put a message out somewhere, somehow, to get somebody to do something. To get somebody to go to your website, to get somebody to walk into your store, to get somebody to call you. This is what advertising is. It's nothing more, nothing less. It's to get somebody to do something. And you're paying to get them to get the message to them so that they'll perform a specific action. If you don't have an idea of what that specific action is, don't spend money, okay? There's no reason to. Not right now. You don't need to be focusing on brand building and all that stuff. That all of that comes along with proper advertising that has a proper direction. If you have that, you'll build brand, you'll do everything that's necessary. But in the meantime, you got to know what you're looking to do, and then look at whether it's going to be worth your money to spend on getting people to do something. Now, this is a piece of advertising I received. I did not know who it was from. It doesn't have a return address. What is this? This was in my mailbox. It's a postcard. But look at what's interesting. I think about all the stuff you get in the mail. How much time does it take for you to separate it out and take the stuff that you don't even want to look at, junk mail, and toss it away? It doesn't take long, maybe a couple seconds for you to determine whether it is worth your time to take a look at that thing or not. What caused me to take a look at this? I couldn't tell what it was. I knew it was a piece of junk mail. It's a piece of advertising. I don't know what it's advertising. It's shaped like a football. How many pieces of mail do you have that's shaped like a football? Okay, so this comes in, shaped like a football, not clear, and it took me a lot longer than in most cases it would for me to figure out what this was all about. What did it force me to do? It's got a bunch of writing, a picture of somebody that I don't recognize, and you know, my name and address on one side. There's just not much there. There's a lot of writing though, so it forced me to read some of the writing. I had to start with the big bold stuff because that's where your eyes drawn to. It's a bonus gift, strictly limited to 7. Hurry, register today. Fast action bonus gift. This isn't telling me anything. I'm looking for a call to action. I'm looking for who this is for. Fast action bonus available to those to the first 7 who register with this special offer. It's forcing me to read more. I got to read a little bit deeper. I gotta start paying attention to the smaller writing. So I read a little bit more and I go a little bit deeper. Okay, there's this famous football player that's gonna Roger Staubach, who's gonna be Heisman Trophy winner and so forth, NFL Hall of Fame. He's gonna be talking somewhere. Okay, what's this about? I see. Magnetic marketing. It's a Dan Kennedy thing. This is from Dan Kennedy's group, the No BS Inner Circle. And they have, and I finally found it on here, 2020 Super Conference in Dallas. Now they have a conference, they have a couple conferences that they put on annually, and this is a piece of advertising. I tend to get advertising for them regarding their conferences. It's a big money maker for them, and it's a way for them to bring people in to sell them more stuff and so on and so forth. This is a brilliant piece of advertising. It forced me to pay attention. It forced me to stop what I was doing because it showed up a little bit different. It's nothing more than a postcard. This isn't going to cost more than any other oversized postcard this size. They make it a certain shape, and that's going to cost them a little bit more. They had to have them all be a certain shape. Other than that, there's nothing that special about this, but it shows up a little bit differently. It made me stop. It's what they call pattern interrupt. You have a pattern interrupt that stops me from going through my normal pattern of throwing things away, setting things aside. This made me stop and go, okay, I can't toss this till I can figure out what it is. Curiosity was just too strong, and I dug in. Now, is every person that's going to get this piece of mail going to do the same thing? No, some people are just going to toss it. Other people are going to sit and read every single word on it. I didn't do that. Afterwards, I tended to read more because I wanted to know more about the super conference. I've been to them before. A lot of great fun. I mean, I'm not getting paid by the inner circle or anything, but this is it's a great piece of advertising, and you got to think about it regardless of whether you're doing direct mail. If you're doing a radio ad, I don't care. If you're doing an online ad, find a way to show up differently, just slightly differently. Just have a little bit of a theme, have a little bit of a something that forces people to go the next step and the next step and the next step with your piece of advertising till they can get to what your message, what you're wanting them to do, your call to action. Where do they need to go? The call to action on here is only in one spot, and it forces you to search for it. And being that this is going to marketers, of course, they know that you're going to be looking for this type of thing too. So the call to action is just this little website, this superconference20.com/FB. That's all it is. All it is a website, and it's a very subtle thing to just say, hey, go register. Here's 7 reasons to go register, to rush over to this website, or call this number. They have a phone number there too. Simple, but elegant in how it accomplishes what it needs to do. Think about the same thing when you're dealing with your advertising. How can you show up just a little bit different to get attention? How could you make your commercial a little bit different? Not like everybody else's that's showing up, just a little bit different, just to make a person stop and start watching as you're going through your Facebook feed, as you're going online to anywhere where there's advertising. Pay attention to what makes you stop and pay attention to it. Even when you're talking about Super Bowl ads, that's their whole game, is just to get you to stop long enough to pay attention to them. That's when you have a whole lot of people trying to get your attention. So it's even more, they have to be even more outrageous to get your attention in a situation like that. But anytime you're watching regular television, anything, pay attention to those things that make you pay attention, and ask yourself, why? Why does it work? Why doesn't it work? Why does the advertising that you've done so far that has worked, why does it work, and how can you duplicate that in the future? Just a couple ideas for you to think about. Hey, we're back here every day. You come on back. We're going to talk about another tactic or strategy or principle that can help you build your business. You can also find many more, hundreds and hundreds of videos and audios over at brianjpombo.com. Come on back tomorrow and we'll go through this whole thing again. We'll hit it from a different angle. Hey, you have a great night. In the meantime, get out there and let the magic happen.